Hi, Red Devil fans. Welcome to another edition of Red Devil Football with Coach Andrew Webb. And as you all know, last week at Varner Stadium there in Woodruff, South Carolina, the Red Devils with a huge win, 32-13 over the Woodruff Wolverines, 2-2 now on the year. And Coach, boy, did the Red Devils come out to play, especially in the second half.
Yeah, we played outstanding in the second half. You know, we didn't get off to a great start, but we didn't self-destruct. So we kind of fixed the bleeding there in the first quarter, got on track, got to halftime with a chance to finish, and the second half, you know, we really played well. Defense played well, kept Woodruff out of the end zone the whole second half, and we had 3 second-half possessions and 3 touchdowns on offense. So outstanding second half by our football team.
Second week in a row, we're on the road, which will be the second of 3. We do have a bye week in there starting next week before conference play. But, Coach, do you really prepare, or are there any more distractions playing at home or versus on the road?
No, we don't really prepare any different. You know, we'll change our game day times and stuff a little bit just because we have to go on the road. But we don't prepare any different. The only thing we really do different throughout the week is, you know, especially this week, we make sure we don't get caught up in the Clinton Lawrence, you know, interaction. I guess we got to stay focused and make sure we do our kind of talking on Friday night. So.
Speaking of the interaction, this past Saturday morning, on Saturday Morning Rewind, I made the comment. I just said, basically, this is the game that you not so much want to win, you just cannot lose. And you corrected me very quick. Said, no, we got to win. So with that, what is the importance of the Lawrence-Clinton rivalry to Coach Andrew Webb?
Yeah, it's our county rivalry. You know, you brought up all year, wanting to, all your life, you know, talk. You're supposed to beat Lawrence, you know, and I'm sure Lawrence just thought the same thing. You know, we have a lot of respect for their football program and their staff, but come Friday night, you know, this football game we want to win, and you know we're going to do everything we can to take advantage of this opportunity and try to become a county champion.
I know how much respect you have for Coach Chris Liner and the Lawrence Raider football team and his staff, but they are 0-3, we're 2-2. But something tells me we're going to have to be ready to go up to Hannah Stadium to get this win this week.
Yeah, the record's a little bit deceiving. You know, if you watched us play after Newberry and Greer, you know, you'd have probably said, man, that's not a good football team. And then you saw a pretty good football team this past Friday at Woodruff, and they've kind of been the same deal. You know, they lost the game late versus BHP where they didn't help themselves, and they lost on the road at Spring Valley where they didn't play well. And this past week versus Malden, you know, they snapped one over the punter's head. They fumbled on the first play. They haven't played to their capability, but they've also played well in flashes. So we know what that looks like. We know what that football team is capable of, and you know we're not paying one bit of attention to their record. You know we're going to get their best on Friday night, and we have to be prepared to beat a good football team.
Offensively, the Raiders will come at you with a balanced attack, pretty much close to 50-50 with what it looks like going in. So we have to stop the run first and foremost.
Yeah, you know, anytime, every week, just about, you know, we go in, we got to be able to stop the run. They have a real good running back, DQ Floyd. He had a good game versus last year as a sophomore, so we've got our hands full with that. You know, on offense, they throw the ball around a good bit. Toby Jackson's their quarterback. You know, he does a good job of making their offense go, and they have some receivers that can make some plays as well. So they're pretty balanced on offense. We got to do a good job of making them earn whatever they get and not giving them big plays.
You're finding out a lot about your football team. 4 weeks now in, don't seem like we almost at the midpoint of the season, but we are. And injuries have been a forefront. You're getting players back. How do we look going into the Lawrence game on the injury front?
Well, there's some guys, you know, we still got some guys banged up. We're getting some guys back. You know, there's some guys that we've been trying to get them better for a couple weeks. And, you know, this game is an important one, but some of them guys we're hoping that with this week and another week off through the bye week that we can get them back come conference time. So we've got some guys that are getting back healthy, and we also got some guys banged up. But we're going to do it the best with the hand we're dealt. You know, nobody has time for excuses, and you know the people in Clinton sure aren't going to look back and say, well, they lost that game because so and so was hurt. It doesn't matter. You know, we got to do whatever it is we got to do to find a way to get a win on Friday.
Coach, one constant through 4 weeks, whether we've been at home on the road, has really been the fan support.
Oh, yeah.
You fans are stepping up to the plate. Great contingent of Red Devil fans that went up to Varner Stadium there in Woodruff this past Friday night, and we need that again going up to Hannah Stadium to take on the Raiders, because it's so important, and it makes the boys just know that Red Devil Nation is behind them.
Yeah, our fans have been outstanding, and the same way that our fans expect us to perform well. We bounced back with a good performance this past Friday at Woodruff. We expect our fans' best this Friday at KC Hannah Stadium. So, big game, big county championship. Big rivalry. I mean, it doesn't get much better. We have a chance for the first time in 3 years. To be a county champion. So, we know the importance of this football game. We also know the importance of our fan support, and we expect your best just like you expect our best, and we can't wait to see you Friday night.
Coach, we want to thank you for another edition. You got the Red Devils. I tell you what, they play so well Friday night. It just seems like you got them going down the Clinton fast offense. We cut down on the mistakes, and it was just good to see Chris Holmes get to going. And when the mistakes, you've been talking about finishing. Yeah. You have said all along, Coach Webb said before, he said we can just get to the fourth quarter where we put ourselves in a position, we will finish a football game. And boy, Coach Webb, did you ever finish in the team.
We've been talking about that word for so long. Just finish, finish. I really believe in my heart, if we get to the second half with a chance to finish, those kids believe they're going to win the football game. So it's really important for us to get off to a good start, not only this week versus Lawrence, but throughout the rest of our season. Try to get to the second half with a chance to finish, and I believe our kids believe they can do it. So
on behalf of Coach Webb, challenging you once again, let's go up to Lawrence this week, take on the Raiders, and show the Red Devils that we behind them. This has been another edition of Red Devil Football with Coach Andrew Webb.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Buddy.